Welcome to Rome Actually YouTube channel and RomeActually.com. Today, on our day trip from Rome, we are visiting the Necropolis of Tarquinia. This ancient site offers a rare glimpse into Etruscan life and their beliefs about the afterlife. This UNESCO-listed treasure feels like an underground gallery, with over 30 fresco tombs open to the public, each depicting lively feasts, celebrations, and mysterious underworld scenes. Stay tuned for the tips on how to visit, the best tours, and top nearby restaurants.
We are entering the Necropolis of Tarquinia. It's a very important, one of the most important sites from Etruscan times now in the Lazio region around Rome. This is north of Rome, around 90 kilometers north of Rome. We came by car and it took us about an hour. We took also the highway, the toll highway. In front of the, if you come by car, in front of the Etruscan site, the entrance, there is a large parking, then paid parking. Then you cross the road and you see the ticket office. You enter, it's a 10 euro for adults. When you enter, then after you do the tickets, you enter, and it's like a very easy path to follow. It's a very well organized. All the descriptions immediately after you enter. As soon as you enter on the left, you will see the toilet if you want to take advantage before before starting your tour. Entrance for adults is 10 euro, and now we bought the ticket and we are starting to go. Here it starts the path of all the tombs of this large necropolis, Etruscan necropolis. You can see here it's written Inizio percorso, the beginning of the path, and we are already finding the first tomb, which is the tomb of the jugglers, tomba dei giocolieri in Italian. It's a fresco and it's underground. So now we are in, it's fully frescoed, if you can see, and depicting the deceased and with scenes of funerary place. And now we are gonna we start visiting this one. Then you can see here is a very easy to walk path because it's paved, and you will see all the tombs of this large necropolis. Let's go visit the first one. As you can see from outside, it looks very modern, but then because it's made like this for preserving the tomb, but the tomb is very ancient. It dates back to the 510 before Christ. So, and it's underground. So now we are going down. It's closed. You can see there is a door. When we go down, when we arrive here, there is this red button that you can push to lit up the tomb, and you can see it's gorgeous. It's a fresco with the deceased. The deceased, you can see it's the one there sitting in front or on the right, and then all around there are these jugglers playing the funeral plays. These are the two tombs. If you see them from outside, they look like little houses because obviously this is a modern way to serve them. But entering, this one is called the Tomba del Guerriero, Tomb of the Warrior. This one is the Tomb of Cristofani. This one has a corridor entrance with long steps and a single room. And this one is underground. They are also fully frescoed, and let's go see them. It's very dark, and you see it's a very long corridor to go down. Just like the first one that we saw, also here has a button to push to see the tomb, the inside. You see here? This is much simpler than the other one. Also, the ceiling was frescoed, but now we can't really see much. There's different parts.
Let's see the other one.
Let's go see the tomb of the warrior, la tomba del guerriero. Here we are entering the tomb of the warrior, and as you can see, the same, they are all obviously underground. In Italian you will see Poggeo, and so there are stairs to go down to see them. They are all done the same. Here it's, see, this is how it was excavated. They are all the same style. To preserve them, they have a door where you need to push the button to let up. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this one. This, you can still see a very beautiful fresco, and also in the ceiling. Here the ceiling, unlike the other one that we saw, here the ceiling is more visible. This one is the tomb of hunting and fishing, it's called. You can see it's more complex, more articulated, because it's made of 2 chambers. The frescoes, now this is what we have now, but as you can see, you can still see that they were very elaborated, very sophisticated. As you can see, the frescoes here, they all around, you can see they depict hunting scenes. And as you can see, the ceiling above looks like a tent. So in this necropolis of Tarquinia, it's quite unique. The tomb is very old, from 520 before Christ. And that's called the Tomb of the Lionesses. Inside, it's a single chamber with a double slope, with a ceiling of double slope, and the ceiling is decorated with like a checkboard, and the walls with the pillars, giving it the look and the feel of a pavilion. Let's go see. From here, here it's a double tomb. Here you see the tomb of the lionesses on the right, and the tomb of the lotus flower on the left. Let's go see the lioness first. Just like the other one is underground, and this one is very deep. Wonderful. Here the frescoes are actually very well kept and very well visible. This is the lotus flower tomb, also quite deep on the stairs. We are gonna do a free gym. quite simple, and as you can see in the ceiling, that's why it was called lotus flower, because in the ceiling there are like lots of flowers that look like lotus. Along the path of this necropolis, you can see some places where you can sit and refresh and catch up with your breath after all these stairs.
Here we are at the tomb of the Pulcella, dating back to the 5th century BC. It was discovered in 1865. This tomb is named after the image of a young maid, or Pulcella, painted on the left wall. As you look around, you will see a niche styled like a temple on the back wall, and scenes of couples enjoying a feast on the sides. It's a glimpse into Etruscan life and rituals.
This one is the tomb of Caron, Tomba dei Caronti. It was first discovered in 1868, and it dates back to the 3rd century before Christ. This one is one of the most complex tombs in the Necropolis of Tarquinia. It has a double chamber. You can see down, you can see there is another chamber. In the frescoes, they are depicted two demons. And on top, in the Etruscan language, you see the names of these two demons. The door is a symbolic door to the other life. This is called Tomb of Charon, Tomba di Caronte in Italian, because Charon was the god of the afterlife, of the kingdom of the dead.
Here is the Tomb of the Leopards from 480 BC. Named for the two leopards painted in the ceiling's peak, this single chamber shows a lively feast on the back wall, with two couples reclining as servants bring drinks, musicians, dancers, and a procession of young men carrying offerings completes this vibrant scene of Etruscan life. Next is the Tomb of the Bacchants, discovered in 1874 and dating to the late 6th century BC. It's one of Tarquinia's smallest painted tombs, with lively scenes of drunken dancers and musicians crowned with vine leaves. Separated by small trees, these figures, known as Bacchants, celebrate in a style that gives the tomb its name. Now we are at the Bartocini tomb, discovered in 1959 and dating back to the late 6th century BC. It's the largest fresco tomb in Tarquinia, with 4 chambers designed like a home. The main room is richly decorated with a colorful ceiling and a beam adorned with concentric circles. On the back wall, a detailed banquet scene shows a woman seated on a throne, a unique touch likely inspired by traditions from Asia Minor. Here's the tomb of the deer hunt, dating back to the 5th century BC and discovered in 1960. This single-chamber tomb has lively scenes of outdoor feasts and dances among the trees. Below, you will see a hunting scene with a hunter, his dog, and a deer, giving this tomb its name. Next, we have the Batini tomb, found in 1967 and named in honor of the architect dedicated to preserving Tarquinia's painted tombs. This single chamber shows a feast scene on the back wall, showing pairs of men relaxing while women stand nearby. The side walls features dancers and musicians in a forest setting, surrounded by birds and small decorated trees. Here's the Tomb of the Little Flowers, dating to the 5th century BC and discovered in 1960. This single-chamber tomb features scenes of feasting, dancing, and music along the walls. On the back wall is gable, two roosters face each other, poised for combat. A unique and lively detail in the decorations. Discovered in 1968, the Muretti tomb dates back to 500 BC and honors Mario Muretti, a dedicated superintendent of southern Etruria. Inside, dancers are painted along the side walls, while the back wall shows a beautifully adorned woman, likely to be the tomb's occupant, as a man approaches her with a cup in hand, a gesture of offering. Dating to the late 5th century BC, the tomb of Gorgonian was uncovered in 1960. Inside, a spacious chamber with benches along the walls displays a row of trees with birds either flying or perched on the branches. On the back wall, two young men stand among the trees, greeting each other.
So here we are finishing our tour of the Necropolis of Monterozzi in Tarquinia, which is the main funerary complex in Tarquinia from Etruscan times. It's excellent organized. You will spot the tombs very quickly. You will see these tiny little houses. You go down, you see every tomb. There is a description for every tomb. And there is often like some benches to rest, like this one under this tree, this lovely shade. The tour altogether will take about an hour and a half, 2 hours if you aim at seeing everything, to count 2 hours if you also think about taking some breaks. I suggest you come to Tarquinia either driving your own car or with a tour, because it's not that easy to reach with public transport. You can reach, but you are always like very much dependent on the public transport schedule. Instead, if you come by car independently after this, you can also visit in Tarquinia the archaeological museum, which is very well done, very important, very rich of relics found in the tombs and in the archaeological sites in the area. Here is the entrance of the Necropolis of Tarquinia. We came by car, as I said. There is the parking. You cross this small road. Right there is the ticket office and also the entrance to the necropolis, because when you get out of the ticket office, you just go straight in there and you will see the full park opening. You can come also by public transport from Rome to Tarquinia, the city, and then from the city, you take the bus to the necropolis, and the stop is right in at the entrance. If you finish your visit by lunchtime or dinner time, you can have lunch or dinner in a restaurant in Tarquinia. So far we don't know any, but we are going to the city to discover some new names, so we will let you know.
Let's talk about how to get to Tarquinia. The most comfortable option is to book this driver. He will pick you up and drop you off from Cinecittà Line A metro station in Rome. But if you want him to come and pick you up and drop you off at your hotel, you can contact them and they offer that service for an extra fee. The driver will be all day with you, offers Pepsi and water are all included, also the Wi-Fi internet in the car, but the entrance to the necropolis is not included, so that's an extra €10 that you will have to pay and buy your ticket when you get there. The driver will not only take you to Tarquinia, but will also take you to another Etruscan town, Cerveteri, with many beautiful tombs, Etruscan tombs to visit, and then will take you back to Rome. This is the most comfortable option, and I highly suggest for those who want to see two cities on the same day with a private driver. I will leave the link in the description for this one. Now, your second option is to rent a car. I will leave this website in the description as well. This is the website I recommend, Discover Cars, for renting a car in Rome. Let's say on the 30th of October in the morning, 7 in the morning, we are going to rent a car from Rome Termini train station, because it's in the heart of Rome. I always rather rent my car there. So I recommend for people to rent their car from that train station. 30th of October, 7 in the morning, and I will drop it on the same day, 30th of October, 7 in the evening. So I will have this car for 12 hours, pick it up and drop it off in Termini station. I will do a search. Let's see. Well, it gives me a £13.85. So you can see the prices varies based on the models. But this costs less if you're a family of, let's say, 4 people and want to go to Cerveteri or Tarquinia. Just keep in mind that if you go with this option, before picking up the car, do a full video around the car and also inside the car while the agent who's handing you the key is still there. This way, in the evening when you come back, they are not going to be able to charge you for the damages that are already on the car. It happened to me, and thankfully I had the video to show them. Otherwise, I had to pay €150 for a scratch that I knew I didn't do it. So this is your second option, to drive there. Just keep in mind that with a couple of things. One, to do the video when you pick up the car. Second, bring back the car with full tank, because you take it with full tank, bring it back with full tank. Third, you will come across the highway where you will have to pay €2 to get to Tarquinia and €2 to come back. And basically, when you get to the part of the highway that you have to pay, they will give you a ticket. The machine will give you a ticket. And when you get out of the highway in Tarquinia, the machine will tell you to put that ticket inside the part of the machine, and the machine will also give you the option to pay with the credit card, debit card, or cash. Make sure to pay it when you go and also when you come back. So it's going to be around €5 to go and come back for the highway. You need to consider that as well. So this is to drive there. Option 3 is the cheapest one, to go with the public transport. There are different options with the public transport. One is to go from Roma Termini train station to Civitavecchia, and then from there with the bus. This is the longest one, and I don't recommend this one. In fact, Google Maps is pretty confused in this regard with the public transport. So here's what you need to do and what I recommend highly. Go on this website, trainitalia.com, which I will link in the description. Change the language to English right from here. Where we depart from is Roma Termini station to Tarquinia. Let's say we choose the date for the 30th of October. Let's say we say 8 in the morning. We do a return for the same day for, let's say, 5:30 or 5 in the afternoon. Let's say 5 in the afternoon for one person, and we search. As you can see, the first option has one change. You will go with the train, here, this one. You will go with the train from Roma Termini to Civitavecchia. From there, you will get into another train in the bus, autobus, and from the with the bus, you go to Tarquinia. This is your first option. It includes a change, but I recommend those that go directly, like this one. It starts 10 in the morning. It leaves Rome 10 in the morning, 10:12 right here, and arrives in Tarquinia at 11:30. This is one direct train from Rome to Tarquinia. You can buy the ticket right there in the station, or you can buy it right here online that I am doing on this website, official website. €5.60 is what you will have to pay. If you're visiting Tarquinia in winter, it's okay to visit Necropolis midday and take this train because it's not too hot. But in summer, you want to be there before 10 when it's still fresh. So keep that in mind. Let's say I chose this one to leave Rome 10:12 in the morning, arrive in Tarquinia 11:27. So I go to return journey. I choose, let's say, 7:30 to come back, which is good. A couple of hours I need there, 5 hours. I will choose this one as well, and then I will fill out these information and I buy my ticket. This is where I buy the train ticket back and forth from Roma Termini directly to Tarquinia station, from Tarquinia station, train station, directly to Rome. Now, let's say we arrived in Tarquinia station, which is right here. Stazione FFSS. From here, there are 2 bus lines that will take you to Tarquinia city. So, here, for each person, I recommend that you buy at least 4 tickets, bus tickets. Each ticket costs €1. From this station, let's say I'm going alone, I will buy 4 bus tickets, €4. From the station, I will take line B or line C of bus, one of these 2 lines of the buses. They will take me to Barriera San Giusto, to this station, Barriera San Giusto, because there is no direct bus that will take me from the station to Necropolis. So the best way is from here with a bus directly to Barriera San Giusto, and from Barriera San Giusto, one bus that is line D directly to Necropolis. So I will use one ticket, €1 to get here from the train station to Barriera San Giusto station. Another ticket to go from Barriera San Giusto to Necropolis of Tarquinia. So I use 2 tickets. I visit the Necropolis. Now I will use another ticket from the Necropolis to get back to Barriera San Giusto. Now that I am back to Barriera San Giusto, let's say it's 1:30 in the afternoon, this train station is right in front of the Archaeological Museum of Tarquinia. That's just Barriera San Giusto station. It's just 2 minutes walk. It's going to be lunchtime. If you want to have fish, I recommend that you go to Arcadia Tarquinia. This restaurant that you see right here on the map, this is a good restaurant for fish. If you want meat, I would suggest that you go to Terra Ostiera a Carne al Foco. This restaurant that you see on the map is good with the meat. So if you want meat, walk to this one. If you want fish, walk to this one. These are all within walking distance. Once you eat, you can walk to Museo Archeologico Nazionale or National Archaeological Museum of Tarquinia. Visit the museum. By then it's going to be before 4:30. You walk back 2 minutes. It's all within the walking distance. 2, 3, 5 minutes max. To a station, this station, Barriera San Giusto station, the first station that you arrived in the city. Get back in the line B or C and go back to the train station. Where do we go? We go back to the train station. So this is the last ticket we are going to use. That's why I said 4 tickets is a safe way to have 4 bus tickets. You come back to the station, and from the station you get back in the train and you will come back to Roma Termini station in Rome. Simple as that. If you have any question, ask me in the comments, and I hope you find it helpful.
If you enjoyed this video and if you found it useful, think about giving us a thumb up and subscribing to our channel.